I'm going to show you how to mix mortar. The great thing about this is the directions are on the bag, so you can figure it out. Let it sit for 5 minutes, mix it again, and then you're good to go. Okay, I got the backer board in. As you can see, there's seams and backer board nails right there. I used 3/8 because the floor is a little bit flexible. And then what I did is, you can see I chalked out these blue lines. You measure, find the center of the room, chalk it both ways, and you start with that tile and head that direction and then that direction. And that's how you keep it square, even if the walls aren't square like my walls. I have to do cut some special tiles for the edges, but it's going well. So. What's up YouTube? This is Financial Ben from the Financial Survivalist, and I'm going to show you how to grout tile. It's pretty straightforward. There's instructions on the bag, but I'll give you a little tips here and there. Keep in mind I am not a professional. I've done this a few times. It's turned out pretty good, but there are plenty of people out there that know more than I do. But just, it's part of the process of keeping you updated on the projects that I'm doing. So I'll get to it. I like to start out with a phone call. That's how I start out. It's probably a sales call, so I like to start out with the trowel, put some grout on there. You also have one of these suckers it's a float to make sure the grout is level and even. I'd say be really generous as you're shoving it in the cracks, because you're going to wipe out the excess, and it's easier to wipe out the excess than it is to shove in more, I guess. So what you're going to do, you shove it in here like this, clean out the excess just like that, and you're supposed to let it wait 5 to 10 minutes, but just for demonstration purposes, after you let it wait, you just take this float and you want almost a 45-degree angle, and I never put it straight on like this or straight on like that, so never perpendicular or parallel, but I do an angle like that, and then I just wipe it like that, and it gives you a good little I don't know, it takes off the excess. Now if you're looking at this really close, which my camera's not the best, Kodak Play Touch, yay, you can say it's not pretty. That's not the pretty grout, that finish that I want, and it's true, because the next step is to wipe it with a sponge, and I'll show you that in just. Okay, this is where you make your grout beautiful. You take a sponge, make sure it's one of these natural ones you can get at the hardware store. Got my bucket of water. It's pretty straightforward. Get the sponge wet, wring out excess, and then wipe the grout. Don't let your grout dry too much, or you'll do a little too much scrubbing to get it to look pretty. But literally, this is where you make the grout look beautiful. Now, as you can see, there's this stuff on the edge of the tile. That's not a big deal. That'll wipe up after the grout dries. But what you want is this pretty line right here. So that's the goal. The water smooths out the grout, and the sponge and everything cleans up the excess sand. So you get a nice smooth finish, and it looks beautiful when it dries. But yeah, so tile and grout especially is pretty straightforward. I would rather grout than tile any day, honestly, because tile, it's just kind of well, it's not too bad. I mean, grout is grout and tile is tile, which is a complete idiotic statement because it's obvious and redundant and stupid. But my point is, I'd rather grout than tile. I'll call this the preliminary finished product because tomorrow I'll come through after it's dried a little bit more and I'll clean it up even more. As you can see, what I did yesterday from the shower right here, it looks pretty good. So this one needs to be cleaned up as well. But I think the colors are great and it's going to turn out really well. Hey guys, my life has been super hectic, and I have to apologize because I didn't take a video of all the steps that I wanted to, but I'm kind of there. I mean, you saw me finish the tile and it looks great. I put in the toilet yesterday. If you ever install a toilet, the instructions are pretty good as far as putting it together. The tough part is always these bolts and the wax ring. Not that it's hard to do the wax ring, but sometimes the flange isn't right. So I still have to paint a little bit there, obviously. But here's the shower. The shower looks great. Still gotta put the screen on the drain, but it's because I'm waiting for some caulk to dry. But I'm pretty much done here, and it's turned out pretty well.